In this video, I will be discussing switching forms. So previously we had talked about standard form. This is standard form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And we found lots of pieces of information from your axis of symmetry to your vertex to your y-intercept, as well as whether your graph opened up, down, had a vertical stretch, which means it got more narrow, or a vertical shrink and got wider. In addition to our vertex form, which right away gives you your vertex as well as it opens up or down depending on your a value, and third, our intercept form. So it's important that we're able to move from one form to another, and one way to do this in this section will be taking our vertex and our intercept form and going back into our standard form. So let's look at our first example. Y equals 3 times x minus 7 squared minus 1. So the process we will be using is FOIL. So I'm not going to thoroughly be going through FOIL as this is an Algebra 1 concept. So I'm going to simply rewrite it so that it's easier for me to FOIL. X minus 7 times x minus 7. This is called expanding your polynomial. So I'm going to expand my polynomial, and then I'm going to go ahead and FOIL, leaving my 3 out in front. So I will get x squared minus 7x plus 49. First, outside, inner, last. Alright, minus 1. And then what we have to do is distribute that 3 to every single term on the inside. So that's going to end up being 3x squared minus 21x, and 49 times 3 is 147. Alright, minus 1. And your final answer is y equals, combine your like terms, 3x squared minus 42x plus 146. Okay, so we just need to be careful not to distribute our exponent. This is not x squared minus 49. As you can see, you would be missing out this minus 7x. Alright, so we do need to expand and FOIL. Alright, looking at a second example, we have y equals negative 1/4 x plus 2 squared. From here, it is in vertex form. We could find the vertex and axis of symmetry, and then we could expand it and find our other points. So from here, I do want to expand it and write negative 1/4 on the outside. I use brackets because I'm using multiple parentheses here. Plus 1, and that's a negative 1/4. This becomes, using FOIL, x squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4 plus 1. So then I can distribute that negative 1/4. That's negative 1/4 x squared minus 2/4. So I'll write 2/4. You should know that that reduces to 1/2 minus 2/4 x minus 1 plus 1. And this final answer, I combine my like terms. Minus 2/4 and minus 2/4 becomes minus 1x. And these two cancel out. So here is your final solution in standard form. A third example is when it is in an expanded form, when it is an intercept form. So we can go for it by using first. That gives me x squared outside, negative 3x inside, 3x, and outside minus 9. We're multiplying here. So when I simplify and combine my like terms, negative 3x and 3x cancel out, so that's x squared minus 9. Alright, the next example is y equals the opposite of x minus 4 quantity times x plus 6 quantity. So I'm going to write the opposite of and go ahead and FOIL these. First, outside, inner, last. Negative 24. Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and distribute this negative sign into my group here. So that becomes negative x squared minus 6x plus 4x plus 24. And combining my like terms, y is equal to the opposite of x squared minus 2x plus 24. And that's my final answer. So we have several examples here of how to switch forms from one to another, whether it is in vertex form or whether it is in intercept form, how to change back into standard form, which we spent a couple days working with. So if you have questions, please feel free to see me before or after school or email me as well.